Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Patu Aman, and I'm from English Education Department. And I would explain the pre-experimental design, quasi-experimental design, and two experimental design. What I'm able to do? Let's get started. Pre-experimental design. Pre-experimental are the simplest form of research design. In a pre-experiment, either a single group, multiple groups are observed, subsequent to some agent or treatment, pursuant to cause change. There are three types per experimental design. One shot case study design, one group pretest post-test design, and static group comparison. One shot case study design. A single group is studied at a single point in time after some treatment that is presumed to have caused change. The careful studied single instance is compared to general expectation of what the case would have looked like had the treatment not occurred and to other events casually observed. No control or comparison group is employed. One group per test post-test design. A single case is observed at two time points, one before the treatment and one after the treatment. Change in the outcome of interest are presumed to be the result of the intervention or treatment. No control or comparison group is employed. Static group comparison. A group that has experienced some treatment is compared with one that has not observed differences between the two groups assumed to be a result of the treatment. Validity of results. An important drawback of experimental design is a very subject to numerous threats to their validity. This is not the same as reliability, which is the extent to which a measurement gives consistent results. Within validity, the measurement does not always have similar, as it does in reliability. If when an experiment is performed employing an ideal design, it may encounter various types of error that may reduce the reliability and validity of the experimental results. Next, quasi-experiment is an empirical interventional study used to estimate the causal impact of an intervention on the target population without random assignment. Quasi-experimental research shares similar rights with the traditional experimental design or randomized controlled trial, but specifically lacks the element of random assignment to treatment or control. Instead, quasi-experiment design typically allow the researcher to control the assignment to the treatment condition. Quasi-experiments are subject to concern regarding internal validity because the treatment and control groups may not be comparable at baseline. In other words, it may not be possible to convincingly demonstrate a causal link between the treatment condition and observed outcomes. This is particularly true if there are confounding variables that cannot be controlled or accounted for. External validity. External validity is the extent to which results obtained from a study sample can be generalized to some well-specified population of interest and across subpopulation of people, times, contexts, and methods of study. Lynch has argued that generalizing to a population is almost never possible because the population to which we would like project a measure of future behavior. Probably the most commonly used quasi-experimental design, and it might be the commonly used of a design, is the non-equivalent group design. In its simplest form, it requires pre-test and post-test for treat and comparison group is identical to the analysis of covariance design except that the groups are not created to the random assignment. You'll see that the lack of random assignment and the potential non-equivalence between groups complicates the statistical analysis of the non-equivalent group design. Therefore, the more relevant question is whether treatment effect generalizes across subpopulations that vary on background factors that might not be salient to the researcher. External validity depends on whether the treatment studies have homogeneous impact across different subsets of people, time, context, and methods of study, or whether the size and magnitude of any treatment and the treatment of effects change across subsets in ways that may not be acknowledged or understood by the researcher. Design types. Person by treatment design are the most common type of quasi-experiment design. Each design the experimental measures at least one independent variable along with measuring one variable. The experimenter will also manipulate a different independent variable. Because there is manipulating and measuring of different independent variables, the result is mostly done in laboratories. An important factor in dealing with person by treatment design or a random assignment will need to be used in order to make sure that the experiment has complete control over manipulation that are being done to the study. An example of this type design was performed at the University of Harvard. The study was conducted to see if experimental job led to increase the stratification. The results show that many people who did a mentor saw very high job satisfaction. However, the study showed that those who did not receive the mentor also had a number of satisfied employees. They would conclude that out of the workers who the mentors were happy. He could not assume that his employer was those mentors themselves because of the numbers of highest number of the non-mentored employees. The study were satisfied. This is why pre-screening is very important so that you can minimize any flaws in the study before they are seen. And last, two experimental. To experimental design is a statistical approach of establishing a cause and effect relationship between different variables. This is one of the most accurate forms of research design which provides a substantial backing to support the existence of relationships. There are three types of to experimental designs, including post-test only control group design, pre-test post-test control group design, and Solomon for group control design. Post-test only control group design. In this type of the two experimental research, the control as well as the experimental group that has been formed using random allocation are not tested before applying the experimental methodology. This so to avoid affecting the quality of the study. The participants are always on the lookout to identify the purpose and criteria for assessment. Pre-test can be the, the basis on which they are being judged, which can allow them to modify their response, compromising the quality of the entire research process. However, this can hinder the ability of the researcher to establish comparison between the pre-experimental and post-experiment condition, which is what actually weighs in on the change that have taken place over the course of the research. Second, pre-test, post-test control group design. Its modification of the post-test control group design with an additional test carried before the implementation of the experimental methodology. This two-way testing method can help is noticing significant change in the research groups as a result of the experimental intervention. And last, Solomon Paul group control design. As the name suggests, the type of experimental design involves the random distribution of the sample numbers into four groups. This group consists of two control groups that are not subjected to the experiment and chance, and two experimental groups that the experimental methodology applies to. That's all. I say thank you, and I say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.